What's up? Morning.
Oh, hey guys, Kohu, thank you for the penis.
Hey Kohu. Chef Koa, how's it going?
That's gold.
That's gold?
That's
Shit,
gold.
hey gold. Morning, dude.
What do you think of our setup?
皆さんこんばん
は。
こんばんは。
They've already started.
71回
Oh, wow, we're just in time.
プロデューサーレターライブをお送りいたします。
はい。
皆さんご挨拶お願いします。
ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサー兼ディレクターの吉田です。よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。
Sorry if you got an echo there for a second.
モルボルことブロウチです。よろしくお願いします。
はい、お願いします。
We put an embarrassing amount of time into this bit.
We spent way more time on this stupid joke than I like to admit.
まさかの4月1日。
On a big ivy growing television. I know,
that's
right?
the point, right? Are you really living if you're not watching things on a big
Thank you,
glowing?
Go, for the framing. I appreciate that so much. We spend more time lining this up and practicing. I want to admit.
音大丈夫だよね。
大丈夫ですかね。はい。
そうか、スーパードライビールの服で草って書かれてるけど。
If the roadmap is to be believed,
違うんですよ。まあそうなんだけど、違うんですよ。
そうね。でも
we're
新しい
looking
人が
at
増えたってことじゃない
trust compatibility systems, new weapons, the Criterion dungeon apparently, Island Sanctuary, and some other stuff, along with the start of potentially the start of updating graphics. Right now they're just doing intros at the moment.
そうだけど違うんだよ。
I just realized he's wearing a t-shirt. Oh shit. Oh, we're starting. Damn.
Here we go. All right.
Oh, we're talking about 6.18 first? Really?
Okay, okay. Oh yeah, data center travel. Oh, and the additional
Yeah, the data center travel. They're gonna add the new edition of Meteor DC.
24時間メンテになりますので。
European data centers getting new server equipment. That's probably the best thing they could ever get. I mean, none of this stuff is anything we haven't heard of before. This is obviously, wow, it's a 24-hour schedule maintenance for all 20.
Because they're putting new
yeah, because
worlds
data
up.
center. I'm like, it took me. Wow, I had to walk myself through those steps.
Yeah, right.
I was like, that shouldn't be surprising at all. I just forgot there was a data center. Don't you wish, Kohu, that you could have an awesome cat girl on the side of your amazing hot tub while you're watching your big flat screen TV and there's a big container of like bread in the corner?
Yeah, and sushi. There's
That's how
bread.
I got. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. That's actually how I bribed Lily to get in here. Is I had to put bread in like a container in one of the rooms. There's actually another bread thing off the side as well.
Here's something to touch on. Season 2 of Crystal Conflict is going to be starting.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But the way that it's going to work is that you're only going down 5 spots. So I am in such a rush to try and get into diamonds so that I don't have to slog through gold again. I'm anxious about that. I'm very anxious about that. And I'm also worried it's going to kill the low levels.
I don't think it'll kill the low levels. I think what the problem is though is it's going to create almost this like artificial gating.
Oh, here we go. This is what we want, baby. Trailer. Buried memory? Ooh.
Buried memory.
Oh, I like it.
Are we gonna actually get like a trailer?
Trailer? Come on, do it. Give it to me, trailer.
Buried Memory is a pretty dope name, but it's got like an edginess to it that I adore. Coming late. Oh shit,
August.
Late August.
Okay, I'm okay because then that means
does that say? Oh, that's the month. I was like, the 8th of August. I'm like, no wait, this is the month.
That would be the day after Gen Con. We'd be dead.
Late. I'm surprised. I actually thought it was gonna come earlier August. Well, no, that's just not true. I thought it was gonna be mid. I think we were talking about this, and I thought it was gonna be midway August. New main scenario quest.
Oh my gosh!
Never do that.
Who would have saw it coming?
I can't believe it.
I cannot believe new MSQ is on the docket for 6.2.
That's impossible. How could these things have happened? Oh shit, he's coming back? All right, I'm excited now. I want to see more about this Mimi guy.
I think that is the Shard of Azim. I think that is the 13th Shard of Azim.
No fucking way. More MSQ. Holy shit.
Crab battle.
Gonna froth at the mouth. Can't believe it. They're actually telling
MSQ.
more story.
That is not a thumbs up. That's a nodding my head.
Uh-huh.
No, that's not a thumbs up. Why is that called thumbs up?
Dude, you're the way you're nodding your head
Oh, look,
reminds
guys,
me of a generic
Acer,
cure.
aspire to power to do more.
Uh-huh. That's like the
Fucking
strike. I can hear
ads.
that noise every time.
Sorry, guys, we got the smart TV that has ads at the bottom.
Yeah, we have the smart TV that has ads on the bottom. Damn it, ads. Go away.
It'll go away eventually. Nope, it's back. Oh, Tataru's Grand Adventures continue. Okay, that's that's the Sea of Clouds.
Yeah, it's the Sea of Clouds. We're back there again with Armor Man. I honestly don't know why it's putting those
Oh
ads
my
there.
god.
It's never done this before. I swear this never happens, chat.
I swear, we don't usually get ads on our smart TV.
Yeah, we don't normally get this. It's not like this. There's really not much to say, honestly. If you've been playing along with Tataru's Grand Endeavor, you'll know that you're pretty much just going through...
The expansions.
You're just going through the expansions.
Yeah.
The problem with ads are the ads. Yes. Yeah, that is a cat girl on the hot tub.
That is, in fact, a cat girl on the hot
See, this is a
tub.
daily problem for me. I suffer from an actually terrible disease, white clover, where I wake up covered in... Well, I have cats. We're gonna end it there. But every morning I gotta make sure I actually lock my doors and stuff. Otherwise, I'm covered in them in the morning. And unfortunately, I didn't, and one was able to sneak in. Not sure how they got in, but now I have one. So. See, cat girls more than Lalafells? Honestly, I wouldn't surprise me.
Oh my gosh, even more Hildebrand Adventures. Okay, that's cool.
Somehow further Hildebrand Adventures. Holy shit.
I like it.
なるほどね。あれで、なるほどなるほど。あれは確かに。ぜひやってほしい。
Dude, I don't know why they wouldn't think that people don't miss Hildebrand. Hildebrand is fantastic.
I mean, I get it. They didn't want to get burned out on it.
Yeah, no, that's totally understandable too. There are people out there that actually don't like Hildebrand Quest. Totally understand why you might not like it, but dude, honestly,
I think it's great.
such a departure from everything else. Oh my god, we're on the moon. We knew this was
Hey!
happening, but
Moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted. I swear to god, if we get a Moon's haunted like joke in
Yeah.
some shape or form, I'm gonna laugh.
物理法則を無視
The moon!
自由。
Hildebrand first season is required.
自由です。
I
Thankfully, you can't.
haven't I gotta do the Hildebrand quests.
何もこう
I really do.
別に
Actually, I gotta do Tataru's Grand Adventure stuff. I don't even know how to do that. I think you just
I think it's in Charlea.
ここからですね。
ここから
new weapon enhancement quests.
Oh, relics.
Start of the relics.
Here we go.
And 6.25 though. This is 6.25, the halfway marker of the patch.
コンテンツやってきたんですけど、
はい。
I feel like the relics are getting later and later every patch.
なんかこの手のやつ
They're
が
not.
もしかして頭文字を取っていくとエオルゼアになるんじゃないかみたいなことがね書いてあったんですよ。
Narihoto?
I don't know if I'm gonna do the relic.
はいはいはい。
I mean, I've started the relic
ゾディアックとか、
in Stormblood and Shadowbringers and I never finished it.
このもじゃなんだみたいなこと。
そうそれを見た時に
Unfortunately.
I just don't know if I'm gonna do the relic
す
again.
ごいなって
Like I keep really asking myself, do I really care about the relic?
まあどう
And the problem
どう
is-
出来上がっていくのかというとですね
Usually the answer is no.
Yeah, I really don't actually unlocked. It is no way.
今回
No,
Oh my
that can't
God.
be right. That's a fucking joke.
That's gotta be a joke.
これは予想外。
That's gotta be
The
a
fucking
joke.
chat's going wild. That can't be right.
That cannot be right.
That has to be an actual joke.
はってみんな
イエスとノーがいっぱいある。
No.
No.
Do you know how fucking funny that would be?
Like, are you serious?
That would be
You have to
straight
do
hilarious that you
Hildebrand?
have to go through Hildebrand.
皆さんには
That's so. I think they're gonna.
They are the
Legendary
Legend
Manifold.
Manifold
Okay, there we go.
weapons?
There we go.
Okay.
I knew it was a fucking joke. I'm like, there's no way.
Okay.
This was a whole joke. This was a whole fucking
ランダ
joke.
ミルウェポンを皆さん
Hildebrand relics. Here we go.
これを
Wow.
そうと感じるか。
Quest-centric progression. Yeah, basically everybody's like meme weapons.
Meme 100%. But you know what? These are 100%. These updates, the quest-centric progression, updates through 6X. Honestly, if they never introduced relics again, I'd be happy to. I don't like relics. I think they should spend their time like
On other things.
anything else. Anything else. They could put it back into creating third dungeons.
Meta's like, please, no more relics. I mean, it's easy for you to say because, like, you always cleared the high-end content, like, really fast. Whereas with us, not so much. So relics tend to help, kind of play catch-up for filthy casuals like me.
The problem, though, is that by the time you can get your cool relic weapon, you're like...
I know.
You're already, like, the next patch in. 4 months in since the last one.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Look at this. Look at this,
This is exactly what I'm looking for in Hildebrand questline.
Ooh.
This is exactly what I'm looking for. Thick, muscled bodies brushing up against me at all times.
You gotta put that oil on Godbert there.
Hell yeah, I gotta put that oil on there.
This
What
is
if you're
great.
instead of just doing a bunch of grinding for relics and watch Hildebrand cutscenes upgrade them? That'd be amazingly easy to do because the moment I start the cutscene, I'd skip it.
You're one of those people.
Well, I'm just saying that's the best way you could break through on it. 100%. Oh, the Hildebrand cutscenes like takes like all forms of slapstick. Unskippable, unplayable.
Oh, okay. This is actually kind of
Godbert
funny.
and Rowena would be a hell of a Clash of Titans in the game. I do like it is really funny to think that like Godbert is running around this world as powerful as he is, and his wife is even stronger or equally as strong.
Yeah.
But he's just cowed by her instead.
I mean, he also poses as the saint patron for the Starlight quests.
It's actually, and it's pretty much through a lot of the quest lines from the All Saints Wake. It's also kind of given the implication that his wife is actually
The ogre, the pumpkin ogre.
yeah. But what's her name? Julie?
Julia, I think.
Julia, yeah.
New tribal quests.
Not surprising.
Probably the bunnies.
Yeah, his bit in MSQ. Hell yeah.
Oh,
We knew this.
the
The
Omicrons.
Omicrons are for disciples of gathering and not battle.
I mean, they usually do one for each.
Yeah, are changing it up. I actually gotta go back to Shadowbringers and start doing the other tribes. I
gotta finish mine.
I gotta
yeah.
do the Ronkins and the dwarfs.
I'm almost done with the Ronkins, and I'm halfway through the dwarfs. I fell off real hard on doing dailies on account of having a child.
Like, I actually just.
Oh, okay. It's gonna happen at the restaurant at the end
yeah,
of the.
we're gathering,
Okay.
and they're gonna actually open up like a restaurant at the end of the universe.
I'm actually very excited for that because of the fact that it's a Hitchhiker's reference. I can't word. Sorry, guys. English, not my forte, right?
I can hear the music. I can just hear it. I can hear it in my fucking head.
Yeah.
You know, I put out in the picture right here. You have two of the soldiers from one of the final end of days.
Yeah.
At the fucking bar right there.
They're just
Literally
vibing.
the two different soldiers on the different sides.
Yeah.
Red versus blue, as always. So, what brings you here? I killed them all.
All of them.
All of them. All of them. And not
All
just
of
the
them.
men, but the women and children too. Oh no! The stupid ads are back. It's 100% need to get ad blocker on there. Can I point out that these guys all come from like, except for the two guys in the left, the little eye actually is in the boss fight, and that engine is one of the planets that they conquered.
Yeah.
New dungeon, as always.
As always. So far, I'm most excited for the Manderville weapons. The Fell Court of Troia?
The Fell Court?
The Fell Court.
The Fell Court.
Yo, are we like we go into the void. We go into the void. We go into the void.
Yeah. Troya, the Fell Court implies possibly nefarious things.
Like either a fallen court or a corrupted court?
Yeah. Voidsen would not be out of my mind of speculation.
No, not at all. Apparently that's an FF4 reference? I need to go play that game.
It wouldn't surprise me. I'm 100% certain this has got to be FF4.
Hey.
There we go.
受けたかな
Unfortunately, FF4 is like one of the Final Fantasies I never really played.
綺麗になった
Well, I own it, so.
あもう一枚あります
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
that
It's
was
void set.
amazing.
This looks fucking rad.
Yo.
Finally, we get to visit the GM jail.
Give it to me.
受けたじゃなかった
Your ears perk up. I love that.
Yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorite emotes.
Treo is the city in FF4 that is ruled by women. I don't understand. What is that? What is that last word in your sentence? Women?
Don't. I will come over there. I will walk the 5 feet
Lily,
between
do you know
us.
what a woman is?
暗いだろ
It's not anything that you could comprehend.
そもそも
I don't understand. What is that word? Somebody explain it to me.
これはな消滅
New trials.
Wow, even they made the fucking joke. They were like saying that's where the GMs live, where they go to before work. Holy shit. Same single mind brain cell, bro.
We have one brain cell.
Somebody made a joke about it apparently being his hat. What? What? You can't just put question marks on there.
Yes, they do it all the time.
Stop doing this. Ah, yes, the GM
Yes.
break room. Exactly, right?
皆さんの予想合戦がはかどりますね
Traversing the void does have a lot of implications. There's a lot that goes on within the void. I think even spending time in the void can start to affect your aether and
Yeah,
cause it corrupt you.
they cover that in 6.1.
Yeah. They make point that if you spend too long in the void, it will corrupt you and you will become eventually a void scent.
Yep.
You cannot be in the void for long.
リリブランド
Although that in and of itself has, I don't know, a long-standing implication of things.
ここはあの公開まで
I just want to see Moth Mommy again.
思って
I mean, we've been to the void though. We were in the world of darkness, so apparently.
Yeah, but we're the Warrior of Light, and we had the Blessing of Light then, so it doesn't count.
で
What's really, I think the biggest thing they point out is that the stronger your aether, the better you are at your control of aether and usage of it, the longer you can be within the void. But the more you spend time there, the more its influence can wash over you. If you're too long in there, there's just a point where it tilts over, and you're slowly going to become corrupted and destroyed.
パンデモニウム霊式連合
New Pandemonium.
Abyssios,
になります
Abyssos, Abyssos,
天国へ
Asbestos,
Abakio.
負けてないっていう
asbestos,
No.
pandemonium, asbestos.
No, that's so far off of what the actual... I don't even know how we got here.
Can I just say that I'm actually not looking all that forward to the new Savage tier?
ちょっと皆さんのご協力をお願い
I don't know what it is about Pandemonium, but
まして
not
まあ
not as excited for that as I am for the new 24 man. It's weird to say this, but straight up, I've had 2 expansions now where the 24 man has like been far more interesting to me than the actual Savage.
The first one was Evilise, right?
Oh yeah, Evilise had a lot more fun fights and stuff in it to me than the actual raid tier stuff.
And what about,
Same thing for this expansion, it seems.
for Nier? Or, oh, you mean this one with, Myth of the Realms.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, they're discussing something about it. 1 week after patch 6.2?
Instead of being right at the beginning? That's interesting. They've never staggered it before.
It's been very on point.
You might need to fact check me on that, but...
No, that's actually correct.
Yeah.
They almost have always exclusively, except for when the new expansion launches, they've always done this, but I'm actually kind of glad they're doing this.
Yeah.
I'm actually very glad that they're doing this. This is actually, it's not something I've ever asked for, but I've always had the thought in the back of my head of noting that, like, I kind of wish you didn't have to bum rush all of it in the first week if you're a raider.
Yeah.
There's like one dude that's like, bad change. I have to wait a whole week for my Savage?
Womp. Womp womp.
でただもうずらすことに対しての対応を
Honestly, I do think this is a better of a change though. Not having to rush everything, staggering out has always generally been a better way of doing this.
Okay, so they're talking about pushing the release of Savage back by 1 week.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't remember if they mentioned it or not, Mike.
Here's the thing though.
それに合わせてさらに
Here's the thing, though. I actually, I'm glad for this too, because now I don't feel like I have to rush to get like the crafting gear, and especially for the people who
Oh, yeah,
need to get the crafting gear on the first day, they don't have to be rushed into doing that either. Yeah, see, this is kind of what I thought.
Okay.
If they made mention of it, they never put a lot of emphasis on it, it seems.
So they're just kind of trialing this?
Yeah, this is definitely a trial run.
I hope that the feedback is positive. I really do.
I actually do so too. I don't honestly think this affects too much in the long run, other than maybe a week's time of progression that people could have gotten on it, but I don't know, I'm of the mindset that you can survive a week. Unless I'm wrong, I guess, and you die. But if that's the case, I owe you a coat. Whatever, man. It's nice to see, though, all the same.
I have still never done any of the Unreals. I really need to do the Unreals.
Actually, I want to keep doing the Unreal in this trial. I gotta go back to it. It's a Mega Weapon. Or not a Mega Weapon, fucking Ultimate Weapon. Oh, shit! The new one's Sephiroth? I'm going in, baby. I'm going in. I'm gonna steal the, I'm gonna take my bird from Quinn again.
Chad, have you ever heard the story about what Meta did to Quinn on Sephiroth EX?
It's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
So basically, we had been progging Sephiroth EX as a free company, and we finally killed it. And a couple kills later, the bird drops, and Meta's like, "I gotta BRB," and he BRBs real fast. And so we're all sitting here and waiting, and we roll, and Quinn's like, "Oh my god, yeah, got a 97." Awesome, right? And
it's not the Mercy Stroke thing, though.
Super happy because it's looking like he's gonna get the bird. There are literally like, I don't know, 20 seconds left on the timer for the treasure chest. That's how long Meta's been gone. He rushes back in. He's like, okay, I'm back. Rolls on the bird and gets a 99.
Steals it from Quinn.
Just steals it right out from under Quinn. Just gone.
Quinn's never let it go.
Quinn has no. He's never let that go, and he's never let go when you were. He was explaining the fight.
So anyway, here's how you do it.
So there's this moment where Quinn's explaining this fight in this free company event for EX, and Meta's just like ADHD'd somewhere, like he's staring off into space, not paying attention. And then
was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, right in the middle of Quinn's sentence, Meta goes, "Okay, so here's how you do this," and starts explaining, and we're all like, "Meta, Quinn was just explaining it."
I swear to God, I did not hear him explaining anything. I don't know what the fuck I was doing that I could not hear this.
But I think Mike is correct in that Sephiroth was also the EX trial with the Mercy Stroke thing.
Yes, that was 100% it. There was the one trial where
so I
took the piss out of it. I mean, the stories, I've been told the story a few times now, but yes, it is the story where essentially I did not grab execution from other moves because I was like, there's no way a fucking execution move that I use maybe once or twice in a fight is gonna make the kill. And then we got to this fight, and yeah, we got to the point where it was like 0.1%, like a sliver on the health bar left, and it's possible that one or two mercy strokes may have killed it. So, oh shit! Here's the thing we've been waiting for.
PvE
Finally, they implement chitin into every class. The real dream.
No.
Okay, PvP adjustments expected.
Come on.
PvE. I don't.
Give us a taste. Give us a taste.
Possible redo, or at least change up on Dragoon. Maybe touching ninja/samurai.
Also, it's worth pointing out that these PvP adjustments will be most likely for both Crystal Conflict and Frontline, since they've said that they're making them two different PvP experiences.
Yes,
they're balancing them independently
Do you realize
of each
that they
other.
have to then make multiples of the same ability with different numerics that pull up depending on which room you go into?
Yeah, but I also think that's kind of cool that they're doing that. I think that's a sign that PvP is doing well.
And honestly, yeah. Remove Sutter PvP. Don't you just hate it when they take a class and then you can just drop down a billion Bahamut's?
All of chat in XIV are just like, bring back Chitin.
Extensive adjustments to the Dragoon Astro Legion adjustment postponed.
Oh no!
What?
Oh. I'm sorry, Dragoons. I'm sorry, Astros. I will do the funeral dance for you all.
Wait, and PvP were trying to adjust the matching for CC as well, so that pre-discussing queuing at the same time won't work that easily anymore? You bastards! How How am I supposed to play against the people that I care
Then give
about
us
and murder them?
teams. You know what?
Give us teams.
Give us team queuing. The reason why people do that is because they want to play together. They either want to kill their friends or kill with their friends.
All I want to do is murder Dun Bun. That's what I'm trying to say.
So just give us team queuing, man.
Oh wow, both classes. They say they straight up have stating that it was too much.
Wow.
They needed more time. The changes they wanted to do was too much.
So is this for PvE or PvP?
PvE. This is like all these adjustments are talking about PvE right now. They haven't even gotten into the PvP section. I don't know if they're gonna actually discuss more beyond the fact that they are just doing adjustments. If they do a second live letter, they might talk about it. I don't think they will though. I think this live letter has to go over everything because it's literally a month later. They're not.
No, they called this part 1.
Did they call it part 1?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Then it might be like a week or two before it then. I didn't catch it. Too much? Bro, you had 4 months. What did you do?
I have a feeling
more
that
dev time.
these classes are gonna really get changed.
Shit, they are explaining them.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna listen in here. They do. I think Yoshi P and the rest of the dev crew do realize that they need to come at redesigning and updating these classes a different way though, because right now we're running into the issue where they end up having to rebalance and redesign classes, and it's effectively like making a whole new class.
Yeah,
it really is.
Hey, critical and direct hit adjustments.
No way.
Bard is in shambles.
Are they gonna modify effects on it?
Bard's in shambles.
Here we go. Here we go.
They're gonna destroy Bard.
They're gonna modify effects on it.
They're gonna destroy Bard. Here we go.
Oh! They are doing it! They may actually— oh, you bastards, you can't just do this! You can't just say further details of part 2! In which I'm gonna buff demons and attributes related to direct do not result in expected benefits. I knew it!
What is that?
I'm a fucking prophet!
So basically they're talking about how like, samurai doesn't get a benefit?
So certain classes that essentially do, certain classes that either get like specialized effects where it's like Dancer, for instance, if you give a crit bonus with your, I'm not gonna remember the move's name for the life of me because I'm too excited at the moment, but it's the one where he gives like high direct crit and correct rating. It screws anybody who's like a warrior or whatnot, or samurai who has auto crits. You don't use it on them because it actually ruins those benefits to you. They don't gain the benefit of it.
Yeah.
So what I was talking about is what they need to do. Thank you, Mike. What they needed to do specifically is that they needed to make it so that somehow it applied a different buff or result, so it allowed you to use it on people. This is more potentially beneficial for classes that just do big AoEs, like crit percent chance, like the Bard gives like 2% crit or 2% direct hit.
I do both.
If you have a warrior and a samurai in your group, you are actually nerfing your own DPS because of this. This is something that I've stated needs to change.
I'm really glad they are changing it then.
PvP update Series 2. So I'm really glad to see that they're doing this. Season 3 of Crystal Conflict will begin
July 5th.
On this one. Damn.
Again, I gotta get out of gold. I gotta get out of gold.
I want to point out that by the time Season 2 starts, we'll actually get new, we should get new rewards and shit as well.
Yep, we'll get a new Mom Stone track.
Series 2, well maybe no, maybe I'm wrong. That's the Series 2 begins.
Season 2. Season 2.
No, they're saying Series 2 for 6.2. I might be wrong. They might be not coinciding seasons with content.
PvP Series 2 and then Season 3.
Rival Rings returns.
Oh, no. I see what they're saying. Season 2 is going to be— I don't know why they—
Season 2 does not involve new items on the PvP track.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to involve new items.
Why? Why would they do that? That's such a huge gap in between not getting new items.
I don't know. I thought they were going to do it with every season, but I guess not.
And this is a mistake in using series and season and meaning the same thing. And what they're saying is that it's going to last from June to August for Season 2, and then from August to whatever for Season 3.
They're 100%, just to jump back, by the way, since they're only talking about the continued main scenario, they specifically stated that there are skills that guarantee crits and direct hits, blah, blah, blah. Buffs that increase those are obviously useless with jobs that have those skills. We will be implementing adjustments here that we will talk about in the next PLL. This is exactly what I stated should have been done when Warrior got this. It should have been done then, but the fact that they're now having multiple classes where this is starting to affect, it's definitely something they need to do. Duty support added for Snow Cloak, Keeper of the Lake, Sawmaw, the Area, and the Vault. Okay, well, I mean, you know, that is what it is. We've been knowing that they've been touching up on MSQ for a while. It's been something that they've had to do for a while. It's been necessary. Oh,
Yeah.
no fucking way.
Oh, are they gonna give us Harshafant? Give us
Dude, they're gonna
Harshafant.
get
Do it. Do it.
Lady
do it.
Iceheart.
Yeah.
They're giving us Lady Iceheart.
Iceheart and Estinian, you have to give us Harshafant for a couple dungeons, man. You have to. You have to. Give us Harshafant. Give us Harshafant. That way it can hurt even more when he dies.
そうですね。まあでもこのあたりはその開発チームに参加して。
I mean, this goes in line with their long-term goal, though. They've stated that they want to turn Final Fantasy XIV into a way to experience the game as a solo player. Almost completely so. Horsefant would absolutely be in the vault. Yes.
Yeah.
If Horsefant's not in the vault, only for him to get, spoiler, murked on the end of it, bruh. Not having him there, and Imric could be there too. I don't remember. Does
Yeah, Imric. He shows up at the end. He's with you when it happens.
Is he though? I don't think he is.
He is. He's in the cutscene and everything.
Wow. Biggest friends with Horsefant for such a long time. Doesn't even come to his aid to support him. My god. It's only about us.
Wow, meta. Oh, so Steps of Faith is now going to be a solo quest battle.
Oh no!
That's such a bummer. We completed that before it got nerfed. I mean, so many people hate that fight, and I still don't understand why people hate it.
I don't understand why. That fight is one of the most unique fights in the fucking game.
I agree. I love it. I love Steps of Faith.
It was great. I don't understand why people hate this one.
I don't know. I don't know.
Get if you don't like the difficulty, that's one thing. I can get if you just think it's too difficult. I personally don't think it was. But I can understand like that. But to change it, why?
It is one of the most universally disliked fights in this game.
I always enjoyed it though. I hella enjoyed it so
yeah,
much.
But we're
I thought
weird.
it was really fun, like where you had to. I don't understand why. I mean, a lot of people really hated this. Revamped Duty Thorn March?
Oh, that's Mooglmog. I wonder if they're doing it. I don't know. I don't know what rework that could need because
why are they reworking it at all?
Yeah.
I don't that's
not even required for story.
Honestly, Koho, I was thinking the same thing. It was pretty Monster Hunter-y without being a Monster Hunter, like straight up Monster Hunter pull.
Yeah, I don't know why Mooglmog is being revamped.
This is a kind of a left field type thing. Let me see if they say anything. I don't know. Yeah, they didn't actually type too much apparently about the Steps of Faith.
Wait, are they giving it a mount?
They might.
It's one of the only EXs you don't get a mount from.
I mean, to be fair, Kupo Ultimate.
I wonder if it's going to be one of the next Unreal fights, and so they ended up reworking it. Come on, give us the deets. Give us the deets.
Thorn March, the regular one might be required. I'm fairly certain that is required. But I don't
okay. So apparently we're just dumb. Thorn March is a story trial.
No. It is required, but apparently they're saying the problem is it's very difficult, so they revamped it completely. Because
a lot of people don't because a lot of people do not realize you need to take down the Mogs, and not only do you need to take down the little Moogles and not focus fire on Big King. The issue is that people do not realize there is an order for taking it down, because if you leave the White Mage and the Black Mage alive too long, it makes the fight hell.
Right, but at this point, this late in the game, anybody who gets into this instance straight up is gonna just watch the rest of the party thrash them.
I know, but I get it. They're trying to make it a more streamlined experience.
I'm kind of
new battle content, baby. Let's go.
I'm kind of against them like modifying it and changing.
I know. Variant dungeons. Oh,
this is what
we want.
Variant.
What did they call this? They called it.
This is effectively mythic. What people think this is like the mythic in World of Warcraft.
Wasn't
not so much sure I want mythic specifically. There's a lot of problems with mythic. I mean, there's They're even talking about it right now in a lot of the mock community. There's a lot of issues with Mythic, but it has a great concept.
Okay, I think they called these Criterion originally.
Yes.
I'm actually very excited for this.
Alright, here we go. They're gonna talk about it. They're gonna go over it.
See, I never experienced WoW. I never played WoW, so I don't know anything about Mythic.
Previously introduced as Criterion variant dungeons. Previously introduced as Criterion dungeons. Alright, so they're changing the name, I guess. Variant dungeons. I don't know.
I liked Criterion.
Criterion feels very Final Fantasy. Level 90 play for 1 to 4 players. 4-player party when matched. Okay.
Okay, casual play.
This may be more difficult stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much what we think it's going to be. We don't know though. We honestly don't know. They haven't said anything about it. So this could be just like something else.
No role restrictions and job changes are permitted.
Mid fucking dungeon? Yo.
Okay.
That's rad.
That's interesting. Oh man, I kind of wish they would have stuck with the name Criterion Dungeon. Enemy strength is determined by party size.
Alright, so scales to party.
I guess that means you and I could just run these.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
We could try to dual man them.
I know, that's what everybody is hyper focusing on, Mike, is that the word casuals in there.
Where's the word casual?
At the very second line.
Oh, so, casual play, yeah.
Route of progression branches based on player action. Huh.
No blue allowed.
So it's roguelike?
More content that Blue Mage can't be part of.
Is it roguelike? Yo, does this mean you could be a gatherer and run this?
Probably, maybe not. Probably not. I would assume not. The dungeon, but Paladin gets res one day.
I mean, it used to have it.
Don't worry, you'll never get to actually use it because people will hate you for doing it. They'll be like, "That's my job." As the white mage slaps you across the face. How dare you raise when you could be taking hits?
So what's the benefit of doing these variant dungeons?
Honestly,
like,
if they gave bards the res
yes,
break, they'd have a better limit break.
Please give me the res limit break.
Got nerfed when they took away the res.
Okay,
everyone was
so
like, it's really cool, but it's not as good.
Like, a lot of people are shitting the bed right now because it says casual, but that doesn't mean it won't be hard. It just means you probably won't need a static.
But it's become so commonplace to see if you see casual, it's not going to be hard content. And generally speaking, I would like to think that they're pretty good at like understanding it. But they might just mean that there's not a lot of investment of time. I don't know. We don't know what they mean, but casual, unfortunately, does imply not of the harder end of the spectrum.
Listen to this. The Sylvan Subterrane. Explore the depths alongside a certain someone.
I'm shitting the bed.
The first one is in Ulda. Sorry, I didn't mean you specifically, Mike. I meant like the XIV chat room. Sorry.
That's long a certain someone. I don't know. Who's the certain someone?
I mean, it's probably Graha Tia, because didn't we promise to go on like a date with him to Ulda? Experience a different story depending on your chosen path.
Oh, this is sounding hella casual.
All stories may be enjoyed via multiple playthroughs.
This is sounding incredibly.
This is not what I was hoping for. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think this sounds fun. This does appeal to me. This is the type of thing I would like to do. But I was kind of hoping that we would see.
I was hoping for something with a little grit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a visual novel.
Yeah, it's like a visual novel almost. Who knows? We could be completely wrong. We could be completely wrong.
Honestly, this is a choose your own adventure kind of concept. That's really what it is. But it's not what I was kind of looking forward for in this game. I would like content of equatable value to arguably savage in some other form.
Apparently Yoshi said there will be an NPC that will walk with you, and they talk quite a bit.
Oh no.
Depending on the route and progression, the story will be different. If you want to enjoy the whole story, you will have to rerun the dungeon a couple of times.
My god, it's a dating sim.
So this is new. This is new. So now we're getting Criterion.
Difficulty challenge for 4-player parties. What?
Wait. Oh, they did a bait and switch.
What?
So there's the variant dungeons, which are like easy mode, and now there's Criterion dungeons. They bait and switched us.
What?
Kohu, I've played Barkley twice. Come on, man. I'll get there.
Barkley isn't a good game. That's why we don't play anymore.
Oh my god, meta. It does. Oh my god. Party.
My
was-
god.
Okay.
The party has to comprise of 1 tank, 1 healer, and 2 DPS?
Surprise,
But
surprise.
they've never done that
They've
before.
never. This is baffling.
構造とか敵の強さは別物です
なるほど
Oh, okay, so yeah, it is. It's basically.
Oh, good. I can
Okay.
have my casual version,
Yes.
and now I can have my high difficulty
Yeah,
version.
so they basically did it. You know what this is?
You know what the high difficulty version involves?
What?
You'll have to stun something once.
Oh my god. Meta.
Maybe the tank will have to use
You
a
are
taunt.
so
こちら
cynical.
はです
The healer might have to press more than their OGCD.
You are so cynical.
Instead of
Dude.
just using their time to cast damage spells like a
look.
DPS, instead what they'll do is have to cast 1
God.
cure 2.
Meta. Could you not? Could you just for 1 second?
Maybe if they're feeling feisty, a cure 3 to get the whole party involved.
もう一個ぐらい意識
So Criterion Dungeon number 1 is another Sildin subterrane and another Sildin subterrane savage.
異分の時点でもう
In this difficulty, tanks will have to put on their tank stance to maintain aggro.
意識さらに
なるほどね
さらに
So another dungeons are high difficulty by default with savage providing additional
Yo,
challenges.
Hold on.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
ね
Oh shit! I'm just shit talking, but they're like, put on savage.
Yeah,
On this
Sildin.
run, you have half ammo.
Yeah, yeah.
All of your cooldowns have 30 seconds
Oh my
increase.
god, meta.
In this fight, you'll have the ability to only use one of your combo routes. And if you've only got one because you're a filthy, dirty tank,
タイプの
then instead, you only get 2 of the moves. You don't get the ender anymore.
So I just want to point out, chat, this is what I deal with every damn day of my life, Mr. Cynical over here.
ちょっと面白い
Another Sildin subterrane. In this fight, you're gonna have to fight at least 20 plus enemies.
Have a nice day, Kohu, and don't worry, we will get back to finish up Barkley.
特徴的な
Parties of 3 of the 4 players supplemented via matching. I hate matching. Normal methods of resurrection are prohibited. Whoa! But each player is granted a limited number of revival options. Yo! You get limited reses for the whole run? Fuck yeah!
死んだら終わるやんっていう
I'm liking this
こと
already.
になっちゃって、
Hurt me harder.
どのジョブで言っても
Hurt me more, snake.
手段を
Yo,
持って
Yoshi P's gonna step on us with these
通常の補正は
dungeons.
使えませんっていう形でバランスを取ることにします
Apparently, a lot of the requests for this kind of content actually came overseas. Not surprising. It's just smacks of Mythic
だんだんね
Plus.
均等になるので、
なるほど
こういった
Okay, but what do we get for doing these? I want to know
Yes.
my
What
rewards.
do we get? You
Tell
saw you
me.
doing it in the corner of my eye. Now I have to do it.
My clapping, right? Oh, I'm such a millennial.
Normal rat.
当然制限時間内にクリアしてなので、
あー
途中全滅したら終わりじゃな
So
い
yeah, limited revival. It'll be you have a certain amount of actions. We don't know if it's gonna be limited revival per person. Pat on the back and a handshake. I know, right?
しまったで
Thanks,
Defeated enemies
Sim.
do not revive after party KO. They didn't do that anyway. I don't understand. That's not.
しませんよ
No enemy in any dungeon
Revive.
revives after you.
しかしない
That's an odd specification.
I don't know of any fight where you kill the creature and then it revives.
Yeah. So
In any
basically,
regular content.
basically what we're getting is variant dungeon.
Another Silton Subterranean Savage.
So we're getting variant dungeon, Criterion dungeon, and Criterion dungeon savage.
Oh shit!
Oh,
you
these
can't
are
matchmake. You have to pre-form.
手段など一切
All right,
ございま
Meta
せん
and I are looking for a tank and
We
healer.
need a tank and healer right now. All
Let's
method
go.
resurrection. Damn! All rest of the you die in real.
Oh
you die in the game.
no!
You die in real
Oh, I'm
life.
screwed. I'm screwed. I'm screwed.
You're
I'm
100%
screwed.
screwed,
ど
Lily.
こまで進
Oh shit! Enemies become stronger if not defeated within a certain time.
Yo, we're on a
Oh
time limit.
no!
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm.
タイプのプレイヤーの皆さんに
I'm really gonna have to get good, Meta.
You're gonna have to get good, I know.
Dude, that's so cool. That's what happens. Oh, I really want to do Ukab.
And then, yeah, wait. How do you not know anything about Ukam?
No, I don't know anything about. The only ultimate I have ever seen anything of was Dragon Song.
Oh,
I've
wow.
never seen anything else from any of the other ultimates.
Ukab was a very crazy experience. It was a wild experience.
Oh, I think I've seen the huge big Voltron transformation for T. I think I've seen that.
結構こうギスギスっていう単語を言う人いるんだね。
Wow. It's amazing to say
な
this.
いんじゃないかな。
That's amazing.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
holy
actually
shit.
excited for this, but chat, be prepared for a lot of whinging because I am not the greatest player.
今回っていうか今
I am super psyched about this. This is fucking really cool.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I was hoping to see, was like dungeons, 4-man content designed with high challenge. That's exactly what I'm looking forward to.
So we got...
But here's the kicker. I'm gonna put this out there right now for anybody that's playing the game, for anybody who's been kind of like, for anybody that's either got issues with the game or not, just remember that regardless of the difficulty of this game and what they put in there, at the end of the day, it's still gonna be the same battle system.
Yeah.
So if you're not really into the battle system, this kind of content's not gonna make it any better. Guys, this has violence, blood, and nudity and other stuff, so I need all of you to look away. You're all too young, my precious children.
All right, come on. Let's hear about Island Sanctuary, please.
我々もあれなんです。吉田さんが
Yo, apparently chat, holy shit, apparently the Japanese chat's so on top of him. They're all like, they've noticed apparently he's been coughing a lot today, and they're like, he's been smoking more often than not. Stop smoking, Yoshi! You're gonna die from lung cancer.
Yeah, seriously, don't smoke,
We're
man.
getting hit by a car. What do I do?
Truck-kun.
Truck-kun, no.
ことも考えなきゃいけないし、評価もね、全部ね、やらなきゃいけないし、そうなんですよ。いろいろ。
Apparently we went into the break too slowly.
最近ありがたいことに、
Mr. Naoki.
経済系
I don't feel so good, Mr. Naoki.
Oh, gosh.
ああ
講演依頼とか、
あ
なんだろう、気候の依頼とか取材とかすごいですけど、もう全部お断りさせていただいて、もう
This shit's fucking hilarious.
本当ごめんなさい。で、僕みたいな
So good at making two of the best RPGs out there.
すごい人たちが出てるやつとかから来るの。
Dude, can you imagine this guy has if fucking Yoshi P, only being the producer, mind you, he's only the producer on it.
Producer director.
Well, producer on 16. He's
I'm
not.
pretty sure he's producer director.
No, there's a different dude who's directing it.
You're directing.
He might have say in directing. He might be producer director, but I know executive director is not him. He's only doing producer on it. He wants to. I think he said his focus wants to be for 14. But could you imagine if FF16 comes out while Yoshi P is out there being the producer and watching over this shit? The guy's gonna be gold. Like they're gonna be able to put his name on shit, like they can put fucking
Nomura.
oh god, why am I dropping all the Japanese developers' names today? Holy shit. Nomura.
I said Nomura, and you're like,
I thought you said something. I heard you slightly, but I wanted to try to remember myself. I want to try to remember myself. And they slap his name on shit because apparently he sells things.
He's a household brand.
He is.
Nomura is a
Oh yeah, he'll
household
be
brand.
100% untouchable. The man will be fucking walking gold. The Jesus of SE.
そういう人たちにお世話になってこれで
The next coming of the SE generation.
はいというわけで
All right, come on. What are we getting?
I honestly hope 16 does succeed though. Straight up, I hope 16. I hope we can go back to a time where there's like good Final Fantasy games. Yeah, Kojima, Suda, yeah.
What are we doing? Okay,
Here
finally,
we
Island
go.
Sanctuary.
Island Sanctuary. They're gonna like put up 2 points. It's an island, and there will be sanctuary on
Sanctuaries,
it.
yeah.
So anyway, moving on to next content. Look at this shit! I've had to look at this fucking picture on Lily's background, one of her backgrounds on her
Shut
desktop,
up. Shut
for
up.
fucking nearly more than half of a year, and this shit isn't even out yet.
Don't call me out like that,
It's
fam.
not housing in all caps.
まあそもそもずっと書いたことでどんなコンテンツで何ができる
It's apartments! We're finally putting apartments in!
第72回 PLL のパッ
Now you too can experience normal Japanese housing situations.
Wow.
今日はちょっとテキストと僕の
Okay,
Swear to
what
God,
is
Island
it?
Sanctuary is not one of the biggest things to put in this game. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself.
では概要からいきましょう。
Okay, overview. Let's go. We're overviewing.
It's not housing. It's on an island.
Build your own personal island. Okay, that's,
Jesus, that doesn't say anything. You can't just say that.
we knew that already.
Our expectations are incredibly high.
They are very high.
Because they fucking delayed this shit so long. They talked about it before this shit came out, and now it's here, and I want to be... Gather materials.
It's Harvest Moon. It's Harvest Moon.
It's Harvest Moon.
It's Harvest Moon.
It's fucking Harvest Moon.
I'm going to love it.
Lily is gonna be it. Every single player will get their own island.
All right, chat.
But the
25
rich people will get the bigger islands.
All right, chat. 50 gift subs right now to do a 24-hour island sanctuary stream. Let's go.
Let's go. Animal Crossing time? Actually, it would be 1.2.
I've actually never played Animal Crossing.
Oh shit! No experience as discipline of the land/hand is required. Damn! All my times in the land and hand mines will be useless now. Fuck! How can I gather materials though if I can't take my botanist and reave the land of its wealth?
Yo, all Reaper is angry botanist.
That's all it is. It's just angry botanist who got a buddy.
Oh!
I actually do expect someone to be gated.
Look!
Fuck off! You can't just give me 15 pixels and an actual picture in the bottom right corner?
The hell they can't! Yoshi P's doing it!
Why does this remind me of...
Meta.
It's Rim Elm.
Meta.
Lily.
Okay, I don't know what you're saying.
Legend of Legaia.
Okay.
Rim Elm.
Okay.
The opening.
Okay.
You're on a beach.
Yes.
And you have fort.
Okay.
This is the same fucking thing.
That's exactly
Omaha
that.
Beach, though.
All right, can I make the joke? Can I please make the joke?
Omaha Beach now.
Meta, can I make this joke, please? Okay. Meta. Yoshi P is giving us just the tip.
Size of a Roganin. That little dot is the Roganin. I don't think they're gonna change it from 10 pixels. This is gonna be a really weird gameplay mechanic.
Oh
I'm not really sure how this game's gonna play.
Sometimes I wonder how our chat
This
deals.
fucking-
Oh my god. Sometimes I wonder how our chat deals with having two fucking commentators who are both ADHD.
I'm really upset right now that PS1 is actually limiting us on this right now.
Yeah.
The Nintendo Entertainment System needs to stop being supported by fucking SE. It's time to drop. It's time to drop.
You'll get there, honey.
Famicom is no longer necessary to keep this game alive. I don't understand why the Atari 5200 has any stance within this. Drive experience required.
Wow. Just need to be ADHD listeners so you can listen to
Why
both
is
at
the
the same
Sega
time.
Saturn assisting in this design?
Oh look, guys, we can gather materials from nature.
I could already do that. I can play botanist.
I mean, again, I'm gonna love it, but like I said,
Miner, technically, I guess because mines do count as like part of nature. But you know.
God, I would love to do a 24-hour island sanctuary stream, but the logistics of that would be difficult.
I don't know if you could. That's the problem. We don't know if you can actually do that.
Yeah.
They finally added gathering. I know, right?
I know. Finally, after all these years, they added gathering.
Oh my God! Finally, they explained why they can't increase our expansion of inventory. They're using it for this.
Oh yeah, that's why we can't have more inventory space because they had to make an island sanctuary.
They can't make a better glamour system because they're giving us inventory space for this.
No, it's possible with a child, Ron. It's just I would have to put Meta in charge of the child for 24 hours, and that's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
Craft tools from gathered materials?
Woo! So it's Minecraft.
Every survival game I've ever played.
This is Minecraft.
It's Minecraft, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's every survival game ever made.
Yeah.
Ever. It's like first punch the tree to get some wood. Punch the rock to get some stone. Now make a primitive pickaxe and a primitive hatchet.
We're playing Harvest Craft Crossing.
This is so fucking whack.
Yep. Here we go.
Grow crops.
Oh,
fuck.
That's cool.
I'm gonna grow corn.
I'm gonna grow carrots.
I'm gonna grow corn.
I'm gonna grow carrots because
but then the government's gonna be like, hey, stop growing that. I'm gonna pay you to not grow anything. So I'm gonna get up early in the morning and make sure no corn's growing in my field.
I'm gonna grow carrots because the Loprits love the carrots. So that's what I'm gonna grow.
Plant and cultivate seeds you find on your island, different from the estate crops.
I love how Meta
Thavnarian onions? These are island Thavnarian onions. They're totally different.
Oh my God.
They come from the island, an archipelago for some.
We're having two totally different conversations right now, Chad. I'm sorry.
Collecting care for various creatures.
Oh, look, now we're playing Pokemon too. We're playing Pokemon.
Now you can milk them dodos for dodo milk.
We're playing Harvest Mine Crossing Mon.
I'm gonna raise only crabs.
I hope you get the shiny gold crab in our Harvest Mine Crossing Mon.
I'm gonna teach all the crabs CQC though.
Rye is gonna be locked into this content. Bro, so many of Rye's Twitter posts are fucking Pokemon hunting. I am in heaven. I am in heaven. Like,
build a base of operations. All right, cool. I'm gonna build my military compound here. I'm gonna build it so that we can launch our operations to raid other people's islands to take the crops. That way I don't have to grow crops and I can still do my battle content.
oh my god.
Oh shit! I can decide whether I want to wear different flags on the side. Hell yeah! And further tools of development. ICBMs, baby!
What is wrong with you?
What? Why would I grow crops when I can take other people's hard-earned crops?
Welcome to yeah. God.
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build a governing body, and I'm gonna tax all the islands around me to give me some of the crops so that I can properly govern them.
So, but will we be able to take those crops and turn them into raid food and raid potions? These are the questions I want answered.
I almost think this stuff's all gonna be separate.
But what's the point of the crops and stuff?
That's probably just to do, you know, to build more stuff. Finally, the military industrial complex we want.
Look, you can release all your crab minions.
Finally, I can have all my crab minions out. All right, crabs, listen up. There are other people with different islands around here who have crops. We need to take it from them. If we don't, they'll spend it frivolously on more crops. Create handicrafts, Lily.
Ooh, what kind of handicrafts?
Release the crab. Assemble, collect materials and handicrafts and export them. Try to align exports with market demand for the best possible result. Oh my god! Corporation Simulator, baby! We're gonna become the richest company in the West.
Alright, we're about to have a guest star.
Finally! I can do it! I'm gonna make my corporation! I'm gonna call it, Stonks-a-lot. And that's gonna be my company's name. And we're gonna go out there and we're gonna own the market. And then we'll have a monopoly. And because there's no governing body, I won't be stopped. Therefore, I'll create a shell company that will grow into deciding that we need to make a governing body. That governing body will then work with the other islands to stop me, my original island, from being a monopoly. And then, in order to support from that governing body island, I'll have the other islands pay taxes to my government. And in the meantime, I'll still be making money with my original company. So that way I won't have a monopoly anymore. But now I'm getting paid by everybody else for my government body to stop the monopoly that I created. My mad plan to rule Island Sanctuary is coming to a hand. Yes. It's all solo content, by the way. This is Koa's tax haven. So effectively, something to make note here though is that like it's all solo play on this, by the way. Oh cool, you can join friends on the islands and shit. That's cool. There's a special currency you can reward yourself with to get items and shit. Apparently you can give names of the creatures you have here too. So all I'm seeing really right now is that these islands are going to be used for two things. First off, you'll need to get friends. If you don't have those, this part of the fun feature of islands is going to be meaningless to you. Secondly, I think we know where a lot of ERP is going to go. A lot of extreme raid progressors are going to be on these islands to have that privacy that they can't get elsewhere in order to do the extreme raid progression discussions that they like to have. And I think that's actually very nice. They have their kind of private sanctuary now. They used to have free companies for this thing, right? But honestly, extreme raid progressors, they kind of want their own island for stuff. And I don't blame them. This is a chance for them to grow their own crops, to talk about their own things, to progress about raids in extreme manners. The Pokemon as markers? That'd be actually kind of funny. That'd be pretty fucking funny. I hope the island is actually fucking huge, by the way. We don't expect players to go ham on the island developments. Oh my god, they do not understand their player base.
What did I miss? What did I not understand?
They just put out a message here saying, we think they use this as rather comfy and casual content. And then Yoshi P said the most wild thing he's ever like let pass through his lips. He stated that he doesn't expect players to go ham in island development.
No. Okay. Well,
I think he's a little bit out of touch on this one.
Yoshi, haven't you ever seen how people play Pokemon? You put rare, variant, shiny creatures into it.
They cannot. He needs to play Poke. I think he needs to go look at the Pokemon community or look at like any community where there's building on an island of any kind. They're discussing a lot about this and like talking about the features of it. I don't think there's really.
They're hyping it up. They are.
If there's anything to discuss, I'll pass it along. But they're just really talking about like ideas behind the features. It's actually a pretty long bit.
なんかマイクラのようにこうゴリゴリ岩とか自分で作り変えてそういうのじゃないんで、そこはご注意ください。はい。
I mean, like alright, so I'll read this part off. When you start the island, you will at least have to do like the bare minimum of a setup on it. But then after that, it's like whatever you do after that is up to you.
I'll definitely judge the content harder once I'm in there, but I am excited for it. This is right up my alley.
What did you miss? They said there's changes coming. I'll give you the big ones. In 6.2, they're going to be adding in changes so that classes that auto crit or auto direct hit on stuff will no longer fuck over the people that give crit and direct hit buffs. They said they're going to do something about it. So we're going to see what that is, but we don't know. They're also postponing the reworks for Astro and Dragoon farther back. It's going to take longer for them to do it, and they don't want to push it in. Big thing is that Savage is now going to come out a week after the actual expansion drops, or not the expansion, Jesus Christ, the patch drops. So that people have a chance to not only not bum rush it, but that they have a chance to try out anything that like changes and whatnot. It's experimental. They don't know if they'll keep it, but they're hoping that people will like it. Beyond that, it's been a lot of Island Sanctuary. New Criterion dungeons will have like Savage content effectively. There's going to be the casual version. Then there is going to be essentially the very hard version. And then there's going to be full-on Savage version. That's like, if you die in the dungeon, you die in real life. That's exactly what they said. They will actually send a hit squad to your house and kill you if you die in the dungeon.
I'm definitely excited for it, Kensei. We'll have to get like a 4-man party together so we can do it.
So it's pretty savage. Apparently, the whole world is okay with it. It's wild.
混乱することがない。今の装備とかじゃなくて、だって俺これで保存したんだもんっていう。で。
They're just talking about character portraits right now, but the Criterion dungeons look really good. The harder end ones anyway, they say, like, they straight up state that it's meant to be very hard. You cannot go in without a pre-made group. You cannot just like rando queue match make within it.
Yeah, you need a static.
You will need a full-on static group, a 4-man static group for these like Criterion advanced dungeons. So it's actually pretty cool.
Oh no, Meta!
What?
All portraits created under the beta version will be lost. You'll have to
I don't have to redo my portrait. Fuck off! That was so hard to get. Well, yeah, you can PF, but it's a pre-made. It's pre-made. Or did you mean? Yeah, okay. I'm thinking Duty Finder. Cat girls and hot tubs. I know, right?
It's a great combination.
Gear set will soon display the portrait, allowing players to create a corresponding portrait for each set. Boom. That's supreme content, agreed. Thank you, guys. I don't know what they're gonna do though, honestly, with the
I do like the new setup. Yeah, setup.
I know what you mean. I actually gotta go unlock some stuff, and I actually have to cash in a lot of my PvP tokens. I've been having a lot of fun.
I'm at max of the crystal totems, and I don't know what to buy. Even further additions to adventure reports and portraits. You think they'll announce Blitzball?
I don't think Blitzball is ever going to come to this game. I don't know if Blitzball is ever going to come to this game. I really hope it does, but I mean, the problem is that, as Yoshi P's pointed out, they have some people who are like vehemently for 10-2's blitzball, and there are some people that want 10's blitzball. And I'm of the personal opinion that if you're playing just a managing a team like in 10-2,
I'm not interested.
it's not going to be as interesting. I'd rather you have like teams that play actual blitzball.
In-game blitzball tournaments, baby!
Oh shit! Instant purchase will be used during Dome and Mahjong.
Ooh. High intensity mahjong. New poses added.
I honestly think blitzball is a lot of fun. Truth be told, I know a lot of people don't like it too, though. I know there's a few number of people that have made their like contentious desire of not dealing with blitzball known. But I've always loved blitzball. I just thought it was really fun. They're running out of names for Elegant Tombstone. Well, yeah. Yeah, people will play most anything if it gets faster tombstones. Problem is that I would like to see blitzball actually be something a little bit more implemented. Just make a blitzball battle pass. Fuck off, Ron. With FOMA. Put battle pass with FOMA on there. Boom. You can ask other players inside and outside of content to now repair your gear. Finally! It only took us near 10 years. But we finally did it. Trying to like... Lord of Verminion is going to be really hard for anybody to play through, though. I think it's like... Jesus. Yeah, but even if it sucks, it does go against exactly... that is Diamond's point. Like, even if it gives you that stuff, if it sucks, nobody's gonna play it. Like, Mike is 100% right. There you go, yeah. Mike is 100% right on that. Wait, what is this? What? Hold on a second, are they showing us how these class path actions work in my video game? If it's fun and gives time so people play, well then yeah, obviously if it's fun. I don't want to bash you, Kensei. I love you. You're my favorite. But yeah, 100%. If it's fun, definitely people play. How dare they show me to play this game? Are they telling me how to play my game? Are they telling me what combo routes I need to take? Fuck that. I just want it to be I want the rewards to be substantial. I obviously want it to be fun. But if they're going to implement blitzball, the reward should be something that people want to definitely play for.
Oh boy, time to go hit up Ethereal Reduction again. It's probably for the new crafted gear because they always take Aether Sands. Every X-Pack, I end up gathering like 400 to 500 Aether Sands because I'm like, I'm gonna craft this stuff, and then I never do. And then there's like millions of coins of gil that go to waste because I just sit on those Aether Sands. Yo! Glamour Dresser expanding from 400 to 800.
God, fucking finally.
Thank you.
Now I can put all the shit I've been hoarding in there. Like a little gremlin I am.
I don't even know why I hoard some of the crap that I do. It's like I'm never going to use it, and yet I keep it.
Dude, yeah, I don't even know why I hoard half the crap I do. I don't even know why I do it. All right, so the PLL is effectively done, guys. Now they're just talking about like their extra stuff. So on and so forth.
So honestly, I think the two biggest things I'm excited for is the one thing I've been excited for since the X-Pack was announced, which is Island Sanctuaries. Because I'm very excited to play my my Harvest Mine Crossing Mon. That's gonna be great. And I'm actually excited for the Arcurion dungeons. I do want to sit down on stream and I want to run these dungeons and like be competitive with it.
Like hella cool. These are something I would 100% run. It's all great on paper.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen how something sounds great on paper, Eureka, and then the execution is not.
I think they've learned from Eureka, though. Eureka was...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Diadem.
Diadem. That's what I meant. It was Diadem.
I knew what you're talking about. Yeah, Diadem sounded like pretty cool on paper, but they came up poorly. I hope that I hope that this time when these 4-man Savage dungeons come out, that they actually straight up are like some thought process to them. I actually hope that they actually test our ability. I want to say that it's going to test the ability of DPS and tanks, but truth be told, tanks and DPS are pretty single-minded in what they do now.
I guarantee you it will come down to having a good healer.
I really do hope it puts, like, I know some people are going to hate when I say this, but I actually hope it does make healers actually have to use, like, GCD heals and shit.
I'm predicting that the big thing is you're going to need a good healer and you're going to need DPS who don't get hit.
Well, obviously you don't get hit with stuff. I mean, but, like, here's the thing. There's not much to change for a DPS. You just have to make sure you know your rotation, where to properly use cooldown, so on and so forth. That's like the DPS's job. Knowing how to play your class, knowing your rotation, and going through it properly while still performing the mechanics is the DPS job. Tank is arguably like know your rotation for what exists of it in your for it, and then knowing just making sure to when to press your cooldowns and when to work with your co-tank, right? But the healer, I feel, is the only character in this game where they have to transition from a more DPS mindset to a healing mindset. But I don't know if I'm hoping that it forces that kind of thing to be in the game. I know a lot of people like said it's not gonna be the thing, but I'm hoping that it forces like heals need to be there. I really hope that's the thing, because I don't see a lot of content. Everything can almost always be set in stone to, you just perform this OGCD at this right time, and then you press other buttons when people start dying or taking hits to stop. But I really want to see where that's not the case, where it's like, you need to be throwing out extra healing. That you cannot just be standing there and DPSing. And so the real challenge will come from knowing when to DPS and when to heal. That's what I want to see for healers. You really enjoy the one where it perks up her ears, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Because my favorite emote in this entire game is the male Mikote / Joy. And to this day, I am bitter about the fact that female Mikote do not have an emote similar to that with the ear wiggle. Eureka is kind of the closest that we get to that. And I really do wish that in the future they would introduce, like they would just take off the gender restriction for emotes and do like PSO2 does, where you can use both versions. It's just a different trigger control.
I actually hope for that too, because the female posing version for samurai, I actually like a lot more because it's a more traditional samurai pose, whereas like the first one is technically Sephiroth's like win pose for males.
If I'm not wrong, in the last live letter, didn't they show a character of one gender posing with the weapon pose of another gender?
If they did, honestly, I don't remember it. I think somebody said it before, but I haven't seen a picture of it, so I don't know. All I do know is I want to like actually jump back real fast here. I want to point out something I said, because I realized that what I said kind of implied otherwise. Every bit of content does force you to like learn if you're gonna play it well, right? It does force you to some extent, depending on its difficulty, to learn when you can deal damage and when to heal. When it comes to GCDs, OGDCDs are generally almost always in the same spot at the same time, because that's what it's all planned around. It's just to the extent of it. But I don't. I've always been of the mindset that I rather like it when healers actually do healing and not DPSing, because one of the biggest things right now, and this is just literally a symptom of the problem, is that healers right now from a DPS standpoint do tons of DPSing, pressing like a couple buttons at most. Their more complex stuff comes from their heals, arguably speaking, because that's where all their OGCDs are pretty much lined into anymore. So I'd like to see where, if you're gonna make the DPS simple, you need to make the healing more. You need to make them healing more prevalent in other forms.
I mean, I guess my contention to that is if they make the DPS simple...
This DPS is already simple.
The DPS is already simple, so I think the challenge for DPS comes from learning the mechanics. Like, can I just take a moment to discuss one of my proudest accomplishments in this game?
What's up?
All of you know that I'm usually pretty down on myself as a player. I don't consider myself a very good player, and Final Fantasy XIV is my first MMO. It's my first experience to rating and all that. My biggest, proudest accomplishment was being able to do Light Rampant with my eyes closed. I got so good at doing that mechanic, I could just do it. And that was considered one of the most complex mechanics in the game at the time. And I just, to this day, feel really good about having accomplished that. And that's the kind of stuff that I like when it comes to the challenge for like DPS, is like learning those type of mechanics and then executing them. The ones that drive me crazy are when you have that level of complexity, but then there's also RNG involved. Those are the ones that I don't like, because I don't like when they throw RNG into the mechanics, because I feel like that's artificial difficulty, you know?
They are done with the PLL. I just want to point this out here real fast, actually, as they are done with the PLL. They did state that they are working on some more stuff. One of the other things they notated as well, actually, is that they did have an intern who apparently gave them some feedback and was surprised that it actually made it into, like, it was taken into account and implemented in some shape or form through the game. So they are done with the PLL at this point.
All right, so yeah, that's...
Totally, look out, there's a bomb!
So that's a wrap up on the live letter. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for Island Sanctuary and Criterion Dungeons. Is there anything that you're really excited for, or are you just kind of like a wait and see?
I mean, what am I excited for? Blitzball. I can't believe they finally announced it. I'm so happy that it's in the game. I can't wait for Blitzball to be here. It's taken them this long to put in the game. I don't understand why they'd wait like another 20 expansions to put it in any later. You know, it'd be crazy to do that kind of thing, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm glad you finally got what you wanted, Meta.
Let's Blitzball. Okay, I'll come back.
All right, so what do you want to talk about?
All right, so let's talk about, I think, the biggest thing in this expansion that we need to talk about, and that is Manderville weapon relics. I don't understand why they haven't done this sooner. Yeah, we are so excited for this live letter. Oh no! What? They've gone offline? Oh, I can't believe it, Quinn! They've canceled the live letter. No!
I'm so sorry, Quinn.
Yeah, they were getting Hildebrand weapons. We don't know. I think that's a full-on fucking joke, but yeah, the memes are fantastic. There are already some out there. Go to Twitter. You can find them. Okay, we'll turn off the screensaver. Hold on. We'll turn back on the screensaver. Hold on.
We're putting our smart TV into screensaver mode.
All right. It's on screensaver mode now. There we go. So, it's only 6 a.m. here. I know, dude. Like, it was starting 4 your time, I think. All right, Lily can be my new screensaver now. All right, later, Zuberon. Thanks for coming by, man.
Oh my God, look at me. The beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid.
The light is on you.
Yeah.
On just the perfect spot.
Yeah.
So, I actually want to talk about the Criterion Dungeons here real fast. Okay, being legitimately serious now and not like, you know, just taking the piss out of everything. I am glad to see that it was not just casual dungeons. I am excited to see how they're going to do 4-Man Savage. This is something that I think has really been needed in the game for a long time now. We've needed something that's kind of freshened up the endgame experience on a horizontal something. I mean, Quinn and I have actually discussed this, I think, years ago, where we have notated that we've wanted a horizontal form of like progression. Criterion Dungeon, I don't think is going to provide that on a level of like Savage equal to like, you know, Savage 8-Man's. But it is nice to see that there is at least a difficulty route, at least as they are presenting it on paper to us, that will be the equivalent to that, where this is meant to be a different form of high level content off to the side. Whether that's going to provide gear or not, I don't think it is, which is kind of disappointing in a way. It would be really cool to think that this like 4-man content could actually provide another route to getting endgame content gear. I would have loved to see that. But there is a point where you're going to find that when you get to high end game content gear, and when you're deciding as a designer, like, okay, we want to implement this new mechanic or this new system in the game. What do we want to do with it? Having really good horizontal means that you have a lot of things to do at end game. The problem is you also come down to what is, which I'm unfortunately, I don't remember the term for, but what is eventually the most effective way to play a game. Every player finds this out. It's arguably what leads into speedrunning, but you're eventually going to find the move that works the best is the one that people are going to keep using. And when you have a horizontal gameplay, you can run into the issue where one is going to be easier than the other. It's just gonna that is a fact of life. The less RNG you put into something, the more skill applies to that something, and eventually people are going to suss out what works and what doesn't work, and what is faster and what is not faster.
And they'll take the path of least resistance.
Exactly. It's just a fact of life. So I don't think it's gonna provide endgame content gear, which kind of sucks. But I am excited to see that there is something else at least to fucking do. Because it kind of sucks that you really have at the end of the spectrum is, and depending on who you talk to, it's different. And depending on what tier of content we're doing, it's different for sure. But at the end of the spectrum, when it comes to harder stuff, you have extremes, savage, and the ultimates. And that is really where it comes down to, those three things. And really, that feels more like a ladder than an actual horizontal, you know, like a road, which you can like you can go down the middle, the left side, or the right side. You go from extremes to savage to arguably ultimates at that point. And that is the route of progression in this game.
I do like their attempt at mixing it up. Like I said, I'm excited for it.
It's Jacob's Ladder, 100%.
I'm excited for it. I do look forward to trying it out. They definitely didn't tell us if there's going to be anything for doing it. I can't imagine that is content just for the sake of doing it. There's got to be some type of reward in it, but
I'm sure there's going to be rewards for it. I just don't think it's going to drop 8-man savage gear.
Oh,
so
no, definitely not.
It's definitely going to be a thing where you do it as an extra to fill in time, not to progress when it comes to gear collection, which arguably really is all 8-man is doing, is giving you gear collection.
Yeah.
That's really all it's there for.
I mean, the big way to gear up has always been savage. That has always been the end game gear.
As see, like doing Palace of 200, I think that'd be cool if they did something like that, but I'd kind of like to see a little bit more substance to it. I'd like to see that you can get more tomes. I'd like to see that you get the current tomestones for it, if nothing else. I would like it to progress that. I hope it's not like the road to 200. I think it's more like you're kind of on floors 160 to 200 as far as it matters. From what we do know, they're definitely mistakes are fatal, which I'm kind of glad to see. Rezzing doesn't exist on the highest difficulty. You cannot res somebody. If they're dead, they are dead, which means there's a lot of pressure on a few key people. There's
Lily. There's pressure on Lily.
Yeah, there's pressure on Lily to not fuck up. But the reality is that there's a lot of pressure on the healer to make sure that people are healed up. There's a lot of pressure on everybody to avoid any unnecessary damage. And there will be a lot of extra pressure on tanks to make sure that they have fucking aggro, which I say that's a lot of pressure, but honestly, they can fucking just sneeze in the direction at this point in the game and they'll have aggro on whatever they fucking sneeze at. Just don't run ahead of them and you'll be fine. Or if your tank is like, I don't know, missing the ability to like AoE, I guess. I kind of hope it doesn't have traps. I actually don't care so much for traps all that much. They kind of just feel like a pain in the ass. A lot of them are fucking lethal as hell, too. Like, a trap that I honestly think the creatures are less lethal than traps in Palace
of the Dead, yeah.
Palace of the Dank. I actually think the traps are more lethal than the monsters, and I don't care for that. I'd rather that the traps themselves be detrimental, but the monsters be the lethal problem.
When you hit that silence and pacification trap and you're like in the middle of a pack of ads,
a lot of pressure of the surgeons surrounding Lily. Yeah, they're going into this operation with with just a lot of sweat on the brow. What is the? I'm not gonna actually. I was about to ask, what is the thing that you're hoping for, Lily? But then I immediately stopped myself as I sucked in air. And I went like, that's a dumb question. It's Island Sanctuary.
Absolutely Island Sanctuary. But I am also very excited for Criterion Dungeons. I do like doing Savage content. I do like learning the harder stuff and pushing myself to get better as a player. So I'm definitely looking forward to that and trying it. Though I foresee a lot of frustration on my part, as is the usual with me when I'm learning new raid stuff.
Do you, in regards to the Criterion Dungeon, what are you hoping to see in there, actually? What are you hoping to actually see in that content?
Do you mean like as far as rewards go, or just the content in general?
This is the content in general. Like, what are you hoping to see, like, from a gameplay standpoint of what's going to happen with those dungeons?
Probably like fun mechanics. So like, for example, in the new Ultima Weapon Trial, in the new Praetorium, in the new Westwind, there are some really cool mechanics that show up in that feel like endgame mechanics, right? And it's neat to get introduced to them in A Realm Reborn. So I do want to see more of those unique mechanics. For example, like in the latest dungeon that was released in 6.1, the treasure dungeon, when the boss grabs you and spins you and you have to navigate your way through that maze, I feel like that's a cool mechanic. That's really fun. So I just want to see more stuff like that, more just kind of like interesting mechanics that you haven't really seen before, or old mechanics that are done in newer ways.
I can actually, you know what? I could totally. I can't remember to say this, but yeah, I would love that kind of stuff more often too. I know what you're talking about. That one moment was actually a hell of a lot of fun. I said so as much when we were running that dungeon. I actually enjoyed that. It was kind of nice that it broke up. I know some people hate it because it breaks up like their rotation. But truth be told, like the only time, so like when I'm going through Savage, one of the biggest problems I have is that when your rotation gets stopped, like you're on a timer. Like this would not be a problem. It's really funny fucking to say this. But in Stormblood, things that broke up my rotation didn't really exist, at least as a samurai. I know for other classes that were more like, you know, they were very strict, it broke it up a lot. But as samurai, you didn't work like that. Any time spent not pressing a button was bad, but your rotation was only set to one thing: pressing Hagakure. Everything else, there was no like, oh, make sure to Tsubame after Madare. Oh, make sure to get your Ogi in. Oh, make sure to use your Meikyo on right at the start of the pull. Like, there wasn't any of that shit. It was just like, oh, is Hagakure on cooldown? Okay, you EI Jutsu. Is Hagakure not on cooldown? Okay, cool. Use Hagakure when you have 2 or 3 sen, depending on where you are in the fight. And that's really it. Or just, you know, at wherever you're more comfortable with. There really was never really an answer on what was better or worse. That was it. Going faster doesn't bother you because all it means is you get more EI Jutsus in before you Hagakure. So
you don't like sliding off your GCD?
Yeah, right? There was really no such fucking thing as like that because like it didn't matter. You didn't have something you needed to build up to then drop down. You were just waiting for Hagakure to come off of cooldown to use that instead of an EI Jutsu. That was fucking it. And then just to throw up a dot whenever it fell off. That was really all involved. So it was really freeform in that regard. But now that you have classes that are very strict, it sucks when you don't have that time to actually play it because now you have to go like, okay, how much time did we burn? Was it about 2 seconds? Was it like a 1 GCD? Was it 2 GCDs? Do I have any filler? Do I have to like, does my class even allow filler? You know, what do I need to skip? What do I need to prep for? What do I need to change? Do I need my spreadsheet? Let me pull it up on my monitor.
I love spreadsheets.
That kind of thing, great. Right? That all can be alleviated to me if the middle mechanic wasn't something super meh. Hey, generally, anytime you end up getting kicked off of your rotation, it's always for something that you don't really want to do. The biggest one I can give for like a melee is when you have to move out of range. Like you have to move like back out of melee range. So not only can you not continue your combo, but then you're just throwing your range attack.
Like when you're fighting Eric and he does the out mechanic.
Yeah, so you're essentially counting. So like 1, 2, right? It might be 1 or 2 hits before you can get back into melee, so on and so forth. And then, depending on, because unfortunately your latency tick in the fight can change a little bit, depending on like, you know, how it's queued in and whatnot. And they have to figure that out. It can actually technically either bleed into a 3rd GCD, bleed into it. Not enough to really change your rotation, but enough to let you know that, you know, it bled into a little bit. This can all be alleviated at the reason that you're disengaging from the boss. If you're disengaging from the boss, if there was something more interesting going on, that's really it. That's to me would at least make up for the fact that I'm going to lose. Like I have to now readjust my rotation.
I think really just comes down to a matter of personal opinion. Some people are going to like that stuff and some people aren't. Like some people think that that's going to make it boring and some people think that it's boring when you do have to disengage. So yeah.
What I would like to talk about actually is one more thing. Is Island Sanctuary?
Island Sanctuary.
Can I ask you, what are you actually super excited for in regards to that Island Sanctuary? Because I'm actually kind of really fucking excited that we get to build actual bases on the island.
Building a base, growing, like I've always loved gardening. That's really fun. And I feel like we don't get to do it enough. It's kind of just located to the FC plot and that's it. So I'm excited about that. I am excited about the variant coloration and stuff for the animals you can raise that they mentioned. And honestly, I'm excited to see what you can end up doing with the materials in game. I mean, they mentioned being able to like market board them and stuff like that. So there must be something connected to these materials that's going to be useful, you know?
Other people, they haven't set up for NPCs. They don't have that yet, but they said if people really want that, give feedback and they'll look into it. But you can invite other people onto the island. It's probably going to be like an instance thing where you can go to party and then you'll instance onto their island.
Yeah, they have mentioned it is an instance thing.
We don't know. I mean, Mike mentioned this earlier. He wouldn't be surprised. I think it's either he wouldn't be surprised or it could be gated. And there's very much truth to that. There may be some gated stuff to this. We don't know. Like, they really didn't. I'm making a strip. God damn it, Kensei. We don't know if it's actually like there's any gating to it or not, but I would like to hope that there isn't. But on the same hand, they need to have a lot of content to be there. They've stated, they stated specifically that Yoshi P thought he doesn't think a lot of players are really going to go ham on this, and that there'll be a lot of time for it. And I thought that was hilarious.
He's going to eat those words.
That's some of the most foolish fucking words that have ever slipped past his mouth and onto anything. Don't worry, people will take this at a leisurely pace. I don't think they fucking understand some people. Some people are going to be like, this is my bread and butter. And they're going to rush in there to just do everything. That island is going to be thrashed by some people. Some people are going to like, it's been 24 hours and I've already invested 72 into the island itself. People are going to smash that island. People are going to smash on that island. There's going to be a lot of smashing involving islands and people on it in some shape or form. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do with the island. I don't know what they mean though by building up like bases on the island. Not base. I'm calling it bases. It's really not. They said they're going to build facilities. But I don't know what that really entails. Like, do they mean you get to build a house on the island? Do you just put down like
Harvest Moon, man? It's going to be Harvest Moon.
But is it going to be like stock build the bread building on here? Now you can buy bread, or like build a miller. You now have a milling station. You can make bread enhancers.
I'm so excited for bread enhancers.
Why is this house a pearlescent and white? Don't take a black light to it. I think it's gonna be like pick one of the X options, select decorations. I honestly think it's gonna be more like that. Like you build facilities, you can choose some decorations on it, and that's about as much as it goes. It maybe unlocks some newer stuff to do because you can like farm, and then once you take farming, you can then grab like these items. I would assume if they're going in the route of like you can take crops and export them to it, you can also expand on those crops and you can make them into other things and then use those other things to potentially make even other things. And the facilities that you're going to put on these island will, as you're building up and expanding on it, will let you do more stuff.
It's going to be production sites.
What I really hope it is not, and this is very important to me, is that you lay down a building and it is nothing more than it is nothing more than a set piece. It's nothing more than like taking a miniatures like building for your war tabletop game, slapping it down like, okay, this is part of the terrain now, right? And then that's it. It's like I put down a
windmill. It's gonna hang out here and not provide anything, but it looks pretty.
It looks pretty. I've got a windmill. It's cool, I guess. I don't want that. At the very minimum, I want you to be able to go inside the windmill. I'm really tired of this. You see this a lot. Stormblood on. A little bit of it starts to peek its rear its head in Heavensward, but I really want to see where like buildings actually have interiors again. It was really crazy to think that the dwarf housing had interior. It was like one of the few places in Shadowbringers that it did, and then you had to be a Lalafell to go in there.
I thought that was funny. But
it was funny. It was great.
There's a lot. But I was always very discontent with the fact that in A Realm Reborn, almost any building you come across, you can go into. In Heavensward, most of the places you can go into. Stormblood, you started seeing a lot of these big buildings and stuff crop up, but you couldn't go into them, and that was a huge bummer. We got it in Shadowbringers too. Like, there's a couple places in Shadowbringers, especially out in the Forest of the Lost Shepherd, where there are these big buildings, but they're literally just set pieces. You can't go in there, which is a bummer. I really haven't done a lot of exploring on Endwalker for like domiciles on the map to see like how open they are, but I know in Thavnir, because I'm slowly inching my way along to unlocking the elephants, it's kind of hit and miss. Some of the buildings you can go into and they even have NPCs in them, and some of the buildings are just set pieces. So, you know, I feel like they got a little bit better, but I would really love to just be able to go into all the buildings. I gotta do my RP. Come on, guys. I'm from Balmont.
Other people couldn't get into those houses until I was being harassed by a cat boy stuck outside.
That's amazing. Hey, there's this weird cat outside.
Oh no, that cat's back.
He's saying he wants to come in.
Hey, hi, woo. Come here. I just want to say hello to you, pick you up, give you a hug.
So yeah, I'm excited for part 2. I'm excited to see kind of like the gameplay of what they're going to be introducing. I'm excited to see where the MSQ is going to go, but they're kind of playing it. They're playing it
Close
on
to
the
chest.
close to the chest for that, and I'm not surprised because 7.0 is going to be the start of pretty much a whole new story. So I imagine they're trying to keep the build up to it kind of a little like a mystery.
All right, guys, we're gonna end stream here. I don't think there's much else to say other than to rehash stuff at this point. We'll see what they come out with, like maybe some more juicy details we can like theory craft over stuff as it comes out.
Gonna chew on them bones.
Yeah.
Throw us a bone.
It was a pleasure having all of you here. It was a pleasure discussing everything that we went over.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our first ever hot tub live stream. We will try to stream all the live letters like this going forward if that's what you guys want.
I was gonna say if you guys found this enjoyable, we'll potentially keep doing this. If not, I mean we'll just go back to it. It may depend on if we have time to set up too, just for it. But yeah. Thank you guys for coming out. Much appreciated to have all the thoughts and opinions that came out here. Whether we agreed or not, it is still enjoyable to go back and forth on them.
But seriously, definitely looking forward to the second part. There are some things about 6.2 I'm looking forward to. And hopefully at the end of the day, what they give to us in 6.2 shows that the extra month of development time is helpful. Yeah.
Many delicious wrap.
I'm definitely excited, guys. And thank you for coming out.
Yep. You guys have an awesome day. Thanks for everybody who came out. And as always, dudes, keep on rocking. Do take care of yourselves in peace.
See you around, guys.